Well, see, I think that the condom can spread out quite far, so I think it can handle quite a lot of piss from a scientific standpoint.
As we've recently learned, boners are hot. Not like that.
They begged me to come back and eat out the Dairy Queen because she made better ice cream after I was done with her.
The strongest PSA I've ever seen. Speaking of P, have you ever had a common rant? Oh, I want to hear love right between the eyes. You know that classic Kiss song?
Oh, like a rock. You mean the Chevy
God,
song?
you are obsessed with the Chevy song.
I love the Chevys. It's not a real song. That's the problem. So I can't
it's on
listen to it.
Spotify.
I hope it is. I hope it isn't actually.
Yeah, I also hope it isn't. I can't do.
You know what song I've been listening to a lot?
Twins.
I take too many pills.
Oh, we can't talk about Kid Rock again. I was
to ease
told that Kid Rock was
pain.
excessive at best.
I'm sorry. By who?
Kid Rock.
Oh, well, that's
got a big cease and desist.
Interesting that Child Boulder himself would come and tell us that
Robert Ritchie Jr.
Robert Ritchie Jr. would come to us and say that we're
time,
being excessive about him.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lot on his plate.
Just throw a little auto-tune on me. It helps to ease the pain.
That is a long song.
It is so long.
Really pays off immediately, and then I don't want to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah,
you know
I listened to the first
as soon
third.
as we get to the too many pills.
Yeah, as soon as the key changes, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah. Hey folks,
what's up?
Welcome back, episode 164.
64?
I would think.
We're getting to the big number.
The 169.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one where we're 69?
Yeah.
The whole episode.
We did just
sloppy slurp sounds.
We did just find out how gay sex works.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
people.
This is my theory. Never having had gay sex before in my life, I would just
weird
like
to have a theory, but
I'm sure that someone listening to the show has had gay sex at some point.
Yeah, if you
have.
mean,
you can't. If you have, let us know how accurate I am, being an ignorant dummy in the ways of man boinking.
Or you could just do it, and then you know for sure.
I mean,
anybody could lie, but you can't lie.
I mean, I tried watching gay porn, and it just really wasn't. It didn't work for me.
Well, sometimes you gotta give it a couple tries.
You just watch a couple different ones just to see what works for you.
Or just keep it on constantly in the background.
Just constantly have it on in your Bluetooth earbud at work while you're walking around. Just the sounds of men.
I guess that's how it sounds.
Men
You're listening to monkeys mating.
See, that's what I don't even like hearing the dudes in the pornos I watch. So why would I want to hear
myself?
Why would I want to watch or hear two men?
I don't know.
I actually don't have sex because I hate hearing men have sex. I hate the idea of a man having sex so much that I refuse to have it.
That's good. I hate the idea of you having sex
as well. Everyone else hates the idea of me having sex, so I feel like I'm actually doing a public service by not boinking anyone.
It is important, and I agree.
If you've suffered an attempted boinking at the hands of Slim, go to www.dapperdadspodcast.com.
That sounds real
bad.
sounds
real bad as I said it.
I know.
By attempted, it means I was bad, and I was like, oh, I have to go get the condom out of my car, and then I drove away really fast crying.
Before the sex?
Leading up to the sex made me too nervous, and it gave me like cheater Peter, even though I wasn't cheating. It gave me cheater.
So it got real hard.
I felt like I was cheating on myself because I was like, I'm cheating on
God.
I'm cheating on my own morals by having sex with a woman, and this woman's making a horrible mistake by having sex with me. So I'm gonna go pretend that there's a condom in the car I need to get, and then I'm gonna drive away, thus being a hero.
No, always the villain.
Well, a villain, anti-hero,
Nemesis?
Anti-hero, like the Punisher. Like he kills people, but like he's a good guy. Like
Is that what it means to be an anti-hero?
Yeah, anti-hero is like you do bad things, but it's for a good reason. Robin Hood would be an anti-hero.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, the gay sex. Can you clarify?
I think it's where a man and another man, and one of them is on top and one of them is on the bottom.
Okay.
And the one on the bottom gets intercoursed until he pees. Okay. And that pee is like the male squirt. Pee is also squirt.
But so one's on top and one's on the bottom. So is he just peeing on the top?
I mean, you could also I mean, if we want to like get into it.
Do you guys have sex like that?
I'm thinking like doggy style.
Yeah,
probably.
For sure. That is probably the way most gay people have sex, right?
If I had to assume, I don't know for sure.
Like if I had to put my dick in a guy, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna go from the
into
back.
Doggy.
I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna there's going to be balls slapping, I feel like.
Yeah, I think that's one
I
of the
think
big
regardless of
things.
what position you do, there's going to be ball slapping.
Yeah, I feel like there's always ball slapping in every sex for the
but
most part.
but there's you're doubling down with gay sex is what I'm saying. So
yeah,
you
it's
got
like
a double
the
set of
doctor thing.
the little balls that go back and forth.
When your doctor makes you cough, but he's touching his balls to your balls, and you're both coughing in each other's face. That's not going to get to happen again.
Yeah.
We don't think about the small things that
It's
we
the
lose.
little things
like
in
your
life that we
doctor
take for
and
granted.
your balls pressing against each other while you cough in each other's
You're
faces.
never going to be able to dare your buddy to drink a beer that's been sitting outside.
Which is crazy. We really lost.
And you're not going to be able to
one
cough.
of my finest art forms.
You're not going to be able to cough in your doctor's face while you guys do a weird communication form through your ball sacks.
Yeah, like you're trying to get a newspaper comic on some silly putty. Just really like pressing this.
Like you're trying to like you're making bread and like you're really trying to proof it and you're like rolling it out, you know? But like it starts doing that thing where you start shaping it and like a piece of it starts like forming off and you got to like fold it back in.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. We're talking
that
just
air in there.
sacks on sacks on sacks.
Balls are getting confusing. Like
we don't know whose balls
whose.
it is anymore.
Like when people
You
talk
and the
about,
doctor aren't breaking hard eye contact at all while this is happening.
Yeah.
It's very
I like
uncomfortable.
the idea of a nurse just mashing our balls together.
I like the
I want
idea
my
more.
hands free.
I like
in case
the
I want to choke him a little bit with his consent and his stethoscope.
So you're both. So there's an option. I'm picturing like a cat dog made out of you and this doctor, but attached to the ball sack.
Love it.
And you guys choke each other sexually.
I choke him. I don't let him choke me.
Does the ball sack melding bring you pleasure?
Yeah.
A massive amounts of it, like you've never known.
Why do you think
in
I
your
live
life.
like that?
The nurse walks in. Oh my god! And there's just two ball sacks like morphing.
Huge
around each
busty
other.
nurse, but we're not even.
I'm
peeking.
thinking so busting out of the top of the thing, like bouncing, and it seems like it's gonna rip the comically large boobies that are gonna burst out of a bustier at any minute.
Yeah, like boobs so big she shouldn't have been allowed to practice medicine.
Boobs so big they should be illegal.
Yeah, I'm like, get these huge tits out of here and mash my balls against.
Boobs so big
doctor.
they couldn't be at medical school because they look really distracting in the big class photo, and you can just be like, there she is.
Yeah, I loved sitting behind her. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back. Email us at dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. Send us, no, never mind, not going to say it. Don't send us shit. We're done with it. Fuck it.
Email's
no more
over
emails.
with.
Emails
No, actually,
canceled.
emails canceled?
Yeah.
Emails canceled. We're shutting
We don't need it.
Shut down the server, boys. It's just a big room
The
full
lights.
of cold.
Yeah. I was picturing a giant switch, but it's just for the email. The rest of it's all very like
Huge
typical.
switch, but the switch is attached to a room. The room has a bunch of men in it shoveling coal into a most inefficient
that
way to
room
run an
breaks
email
off and
server.
falls into a pit when we're done with it.
Yeah, those men are going to tragically be trapped in a.
The coal is hot, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, well I mean it's hot
It starts
because
hot and then it gets hot.
it's shoveled in hot and then it's shoveled in even hotter into the furnaces. Hot coals and hotter.
We want to make sure that email gets to us as quick as
hot
possible.
fires and hotter coals. That's what we say about the processing room at the Dapper Dad's headquarters.
Yeah, just the email process.
Just the email room. Everything else is actually surprisingly
do
green efficient.
Everything we can to get that email in a matter of several hours. It's still a very slow process for us, but
Everything else is recycled in the building except for the email room. So it's actually kind of nice that we're getting rid of it.
We're not offsetting anything though. We're still at a deficit.
Oh no, we're at a deficit and we're going to find another way to pollute the environment, but we're getting rid of the email room once and for all.
Yep. So call us or text us at 4027-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Nothing weird to be said about that. Never has been, never will
Nothing
be.
weird has ever
Do it
happened.
because no one does it anymore. And you don't want to know how much we're polluting the world to keep that phone number running every minute
it
of
is.
the day.
If you think that the amount of coal that we're shipping in to use for the email room was bad, you don't even want to see the amounts of child labor that we are throwing into the phone
The
line.
dinosaur bones are running thin.
We
folks,
are
let
running
me
out of
tell you.
crude oil. The earth is running low.
We can't make crude oil. I tried saying some nasty words into some motor oil, and it doesn't have the same effect.
I tried hanging out with some like clean motor oil and like giving it a cigarette and like pouring a little beer into it.
I shot
like,
a bunch of porn to a bunch of oil, and
it was like one of those scenes in the movies where like you open the magazine and then the big centerfold falls out, but it's a huge centerfold that just keeps falling out.
Huge dick,
just gigantic, just a gigantic dick on 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 dick.
The oil
and
ran
then
away.
it's in a lady.
Yeah, and you got to buy another issue to get the lady, and you got to put them together.
It's like those. It's like the Mad Magazine covers back in the day where you mash them together.
I think we said that on the last episode.
It's like an album where you slide the two pieces together and it makes a double gatefold.
So go to patreon.com/dapperdads.
We might
It's
have
implied
cut a hot
that we've
one.
cut one. Yes.
It's
We have
implied
ideas.
that the hot one was cut.
One will be cut soon. We're not sure on the temperature.
It will be cut off the presses at a temperature.
It will probably follow this right up perfectly, but you'll hear it before this, and it'll be very confusing.
You'll have to listen to it backwards and then to the next one after that again.
I honestly don't know. It's one of the few times I like being on this time to do this shit.
Yeah.
I hate these fucking lids so much. Makes me want to burn it down.
Why can't they just give you a paper straw?
No, paper straw will make me angry.
Paper straw is a tool of the
Don't
devil.
you think?
There's more plastic in the cup than the straw.
Yeah, with this little addition of the lid, it feels close to a straw, right? Because you got to make this little hole. If you were to like melt that down and make a straw, it can't be that different.
I mean,
You can't be saving the world. Like that
but
seems
will a
so
turtle
close.
choke on that?
I don't give a fuck, dude. I'll kill a turtle
That's
for
what
a
they care
strawberry.
about. They don't care
And the
about.
biggest my problem is that you cannot mix it. Like that's what we all do.
Right, yeah.
You get an iced coffee drink and you stir it immediately with
Because
the
you
straw.
want to mix
That's
everything
part of the
together.
whole
Yeah,
thing.
it's the
Sometimes
experience.
I think I'm just drinking it to stir it loudly in
You
public.
don't even like
everyone
the
else.
taste of it.
No, because I'll be in a public setting where there's coffee and everybody is stirring so
It's just
aggressively that I
hollering
feel
and
like
stirring.
the world is gonna spin backwards. And my second problem is little bits of ice sneak into my mouth while I'm just trying to drink some drink, not ice, and then I got ice in my mouth. And then if you spit ice out in public, people you're with are like, that doesn't look charming, and you're like, didn't think I was trying to look
Wasn't trying to charm you. Thank you.
just spitting ice.
Yeah, you got to look real pissed
Because
while
they're
you're
like,
doing
hey,
it,
it
too.
looks like you're just spitting. Yeah, I don't spit like. I don't know how you can you? Myth busted.
Spit with a myth busted. Can you spit with a happy face? This week we've got Jamie and Adam on the scene talking about how we're gonna see if you can spit happily. Well, Adam, I was looking at the thing. I don't think you can spit happily. And he's like, here's the thing, buddy. I worked on Star Wars. You absolutely can.
Yeah, I think that's our dynamic. You're the
R.I.P.
happy one.
Greg.
You're the happy one, and I'm the angry
Old
one.
walrus man.
Walrus man.
Who's like, I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it'll totally work. See if it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile.
that makes me want to frown extra hard.
Yeah,
and
doesn't
stab
it?
someone in the throat.
Just
But,
people spitting everywhere, and the announcer's like, they spit over 5 feet.
yeah. The one I remember most vividly is the one where you can't sneeze with your eyes open, because it was just slow motion video of people sneezing trying to open their eyes, and I was like, this is very intense.
Uh-huh.
And then the only other thing I think of when I think of Mythbusters is one time I had sex for 2 Mythbusters episodes, and I got hives all over the good parts. It was crazy. Not like a STD, just like
Poison ivy.
AIDS. Yeah,
Just poison ivy everywhere.
Yeah, I was rolling around in the woods having sex for 2 hours watching
Yeah,
Mythbusters
having sex.
back in the early 2000s.
Taking ayahuasca and listening to Sublime on a Zune and rolling around.
Sublime with Rome.
No, was it Sublime with Rome in the early 2000s yet? Or was it still Sublime?
I think it was with Rome.
2001?
Yeah, I think he died pretty early.
Rome's dead.
Yeah, they killed him. Could you imagine? Like, I think about this constantly, specifically every
You think
time.
about Sublime with Rome constantly?
Specifically
Aren't
every
we
time
all?
they're on like a festival lineup, because imagine being part of a band and they have to go out of their way to say your name so people aren't like, what the fuck, when they get there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like, imagine we have Dapper Dads, like, you are fired/murdered as
Murdered, I
your
would assume.
contract. And I'm gonna know what else I'm gonna kill.
That thing is
And
wants us to kiss.
then we're like the Dapper Dads featuring Jeff. Like, we could never just be like the Dapper Dads, because you don't want people to come in and it's implied
Not
that
Juggalo Jeff.
it's implied that you're so underwhelming that we know as soon as people tune in, they're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Right,
so we gotta
yeah.
brace them. Rome. Not
With
Sublime.
Rome.
Or
Sublime
just like,
with Rome.
it's also shitty because it makes it seem like nobody knew the first dude died. I don't even know his name. But,
Right. It's like people.
they were like, what? The guy died?
Right. It's like you don't go to like a Slipknot show and they're like with whatever the bassist name
Yeah.
is now. You know.
Yeah, you have to.
Slipknot
And like,
with
I
this
feel like
guy
no other band.
and this guy and this guy.
And there's like no other band. There's a lot of bands that like their lineups have changed like insanely to
Yeah.
not even be the same thing. And no one else is like in the name.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Norma Jean doesn't even have any founding members anymore. Can
Yeah,
you still
there's
say
shit
that's
like
the same
that.
band?
Or like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, can you-
like
Until Axl-
now that they're all
Guns
back
N'
together,
Roses
but-
with whatever the
Buckethead?
fuck with Buckethead and whatever everyone else's
Just
name
people,
is.
yeah.
The drummer that people think is just okay, but nobody likes as much as the old drummer.
Yeah, I don't know. And also the Sublime thing. I remember watching the behind the music and that dog that was always like in everything.
Rome?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, now it's just the dog, and you're like, whoa! Nobody told me it was
Just
the
a dog on
dog
stage while they
This
play
is
old
tight.
Sublime
Yeah.
songs.
Nobody ever told her it's the wrong way. Woof, 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 woof. It's just not just barking. You're like, this is somehow better. I don't get happy when my mom smokes pot. Oh, oh. You're like, this is tight. Now it's going to be sad because I realize what I'm saying is very sad. The behind the music, the guy, he OD'd, right? On heroin.
I think, yeah.
It's implied. And the dog that was
Heavily.
always in like the videos and the album artwork was laying there when they found his body, laying on top of him, crying, whining. Sorry, I wish I wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, wow, what a bring
16 minutes in, why tank this?
16
bitch?
minutes in, and let's
Might be the
just.
fastest I've ever ruined a conversation.
Good God.
Yeah, it's one of the. Ever since I heard that, like I can't enjoy. I liked Sublime when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I think as an adult you shouldn't be allowed to. but-
Right. I mean, I wouldn't even call that a hot take.
No, I mean it's one of those things where like.
It's like you don't listen to NoFX as an adult, like,
Yeah,
publicly.
you can't.
You know?
You shouldn't. Like,
No, you
they
shouldn't.
should. The band shouldn't be allowed to exist.
No, fuck
Fat Mike is
Fat Mike.
disgusting.
Fat Mike's a piece of
Yeah.
shit.
And yeah, he's also just a bad person from what I've heard.
Yeah, just
But, like-
imagine us hanging out with Fat Mike.
Oh, his face. He just seems like
He looks so
such a
punchable.
Piece of shit.
His
like,
face looks like a caricature of
just
like
how he's like, he seems like he just thinks he
got
knows
the,
everything
the
more
bulbous
than you.
nose and the fat face and everything else. It looks like a
Yeah.
caricature of like
Shit.
just shit, just
Yeah.
like a big old double
Man,
scoop
this
of dog
guy's-
shit,
this
if you
guy's
will.
like a caricature of shit.
I'm over here looking like me, and Fat Mike from NoFX is out here looking like a double scoop of dog shit.
More ice. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I love.
Did I look happy?
No, you look.
With
It's the eyes. You look because I think you're like focusing on where you're gonna spit
yeah,
it.
people hate when I focus.
Yeah, yeah. When you it's the side view. It's the yeah. It just looks so intense. You can see. Yeah, don't stop trying to look happy from the side. That is like, oh, I hate that. You just look fucked up. Like that's how you
Next
look
time
when
I
you're really.
get, I'm gonna be happy.
This is how you look when you're fucked up, and I'm like, hey, and you're like,
Well, don't yell at me when I'm fucked up.
we gotta yell at each other because we're all yelling over each other till men come tell us to be quiet.
No, we're yelling over each other about things that
We
don't
yell.
matter.
We yell when the house next
We
to us
yell.
goes to bed at 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta tell you something I can't tell on here.
Okay.
Damn, what was I gonna say? I just had something. We went through a lot. Sublime.
Rome, dog,
Yeah, not
crying.
the dog.
Dog's dead, probably.
Of course it is, but you don't have to say it.
You made me think it.
God
At
damn
least
it,
he's with
we're
his buddy
really
now.
Doubling down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Doubling down
listening
with
to
the dog
Sublime as in Fat Mike. I read the NoFX book because it is interesting and ridiculous. And Fat Mike had his wife inject silicone into his boobs to have boobs that he played with on the beach one day, and it was like his favorite thing that's ever happened to him. Isn't that crazy? That's the kind of level I want to get to, where I've done so much shit that I'm like, put boobs in me for a day. Just,
For a
you know
day.
what I mean?
Just boobs for
Just
a day.
'cause- and yeah, like really turned him on because I think he like
Really turned him on playing with his own boobs.
yeah, like a lot, and it's pretty detailed. I think he's talked about it on like interviews and stuff too. But like, there's just a chapter in the book basically devoted to
His boobs
his
at the
boobs-
beach for a
his boobs
day.
at the beach. Yeah, and his wife shot him up with silicone. I think they're into like a lot of weird shit, and I think he wears women's
Yeah, I
clothes
think if
a
you're gonna
lot.
be married to Fat Mike, you got to be into some weird shit.
Yeah, because I mean, having sex with him is very weird.
Oh, it's got to
For
be
starters.
awful.
Ugh, I would
Just
hate that.
sweaty.
Ugh, he just looks so
Yeah,
unpleasant.
I'm Fat Mike.
And then he's got these huge tits. And he's just
He's
playing
just
with
playing
them.
with him while he's fucking you, and he's
and-
screaming. He's never felt so good in his life. He's never came so hard.
Could you imagine? Would you do that ever for any reason?
Get boobs for a day?
Yeah.
Why not?
I feel like it would fuck up my chest forever.
Yeah,
though,
I feel
right?
like you'd
Stretch
have a
out
lot
my
of
chest.
floppy skin.
Yeah.
I feel like it would
I
get
think
really
he's already
tight for a
got
minute.
bigger
Chesticles.
chest, and so he was just like, make these even larger.
Make them bigger, baby.
I wonder if there's a picture. That's what I really want.
Yeah,
'Cause
his
I'm pretty
wife was
sure-
taking a lot. There's a lot of paparazzi candid photos of Fat
Well,
Mike with
yeah,
his
and I
boobs
could
in
be
his
wrong
belly
about
out
the
at the beach.
but I feel like I remember
I
him
hope
saying
it's
it's
at the
the beach,
beach.
and that implies like it's just a public
But
beach.
that implies like there's like people around while he's
Huh.
getting hard
And
as
then-
fuck playing with his boobs on the beach.
So if a man, like, let's say Fat Mike, unfortunately,
Unfortunately, not even power, rest in hell.
yeah,
Is
not
he
even
dead?
No, very
kill him,
alive.
kill him.
Unfortunately, doesn't look it, but is. Imagine you're on the so if he's on the beach and he gets fake boobs, is that then illegal? Right.
Like, is it indecent exposure?
Yeah, because they become boobs. Is it just the big?
Did he
fat
shoot
that-
up the boobs on the beach?
That just sounds.
Because
like
if he
he's
didn't
just
show
holding
up,
his tit,
because if he didn't show up with the boobs, but then he got the boobs on the beach, I think it's a whole different. But I mean, like, when you say boobs, are we just talking like because I've seen some men with some large chesticles, and it's like, you know, if because what are we talking here?
I think like legit boobs, like breasts, like not just man.
I'd
boobs,
have
'cause
to
I
I'd
think
have
you-
to see them because I've seen breasts.
You sound like a lawyer. I'd have to see the said breasts. Therefore,
Because I've seen some breasts on men that I feel like should absolutely be covered up.
yeah, but a lot of times they're like hanging. You don't usually.
But that's
you
what I'm
have
saying. Were
seen it.
these
I think
hanging or were these
no?
like
I think these were like breasts.
round,
Yes.
perky?
Like, perky.
I'm gonna call an affidavit on these pictures of Fat Mike's breasts.
Yeah. Here we go. I think I have a quote that can give us some more information. I just have to find it, which is always the fun part. Articles are so fun to read on the air because, you know, they're much longer than you think they're going to be. Everything's much
Just tell me about the boobs.
God, yeah, you think it'd be the main thing. This is like a fucking interview on Billboard. I didn't know Billboard would ever.
I didn't know Billboard gave
Okay,
a
here we
shit.
go. Yeah, this is about the book. Blah 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 blah. Fuck, this sucks. God, shut up and tell me about your tits. We also talk about the time my lady put saline solution in my tits, 250 cc's in each one in Jamaica, and gave me breast. I had big tits. I was walking down the beach. Unquote. I need 250 cc's of
That
tits
doesn't
on
help.
this man.
That doesn't help.
How big were they?
That's what I'm saying. How big were they? How round were they? How perky
He
did
said
they look like?
big tits.
Did they look like Pamela Anderson boobs or just like big man boobs?
I feel like in between. Like, let's say like a C cup.
But I don't feel like the saline makes it naturally like round and bouncy, you know?
But I don't know, dude. I feel like it's just. I don't think we're gonna see like pictures. I'm pretty sure he does say in the book that he did have pictures taken, but like he's not gonna put them out. They're just for him to probably like jerk off to.
Can you imagine jerking off to photos of yourself with breasts?
boobs? I'd love to see it.
I would love for us to find out that we're jerking off to each other's pictures of us with boobs. That would be the big
I'd be
seller.
upset that they got out.
I mean, I would be more upset that we couldn't openly talk about that with each other.
That we're jerking off to each other's boob pics.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to talk about that.
I mean, I feel like it's got to get out. We got to talk about it. You can only look at the boob pic to come, so you're like fucking your girl, and then you got to somehow pull this picture out from under the bed frame and look at it. Just busting everywhere looking at the picture of your buddy with boobs.
You're just peeing everywhere,
Just
which is the
peeing.
male squirt.
I mean,
You're drinking a squirt. squirting
ladies,
all over
text
the place.
4027 Dapper and let us know what you would do if you were with a man and he said, I'm going to come, and he just started pissing everywhere.
Inside of you.
Inside of you,
Outside
outside
of
of you.
I've spoken like two men that have peed in and out of women before.
I've spoken like two guys who really know their way around a piss bracket in a bedroom, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, are you ready for this, baby? She says, come inside of me, and I say, doubt it, and I start peeing everywhere.
She says, come inside of me, and I said, give me a jacket.
I'm wearing a condom, and it's just shooting out
Into the
bottom.
out the bottom of the condom because there's so much piss. But it's like,
Or it gets real big,
it's
like
like
a
when you're-
balloon, and then it pops on her
oh,
face.
can you imagine that in slow motion?
Yeah, I can.
Where's the fetish video
Mythbust
for that?
that.
Mythbust that.
Yeah, it's just slow motion, big condom.
Well, see,
filled
I
with full
think
of
that the condom can spread out quite far, so I think I can handle quite a lot of piss from a scientific standpoint, if you want my scientific opinion about piss.
From a scientific standpoint, if you want my scientific
opinion about
I said
piss.
it twice, so you know it's real.
So, you see, I think if looking at the test here, when we fill up a condom with plain saline solution, 250
250
cc's that could be injected into Fat Mike's breast for great day at the beach. I think
A nice day at the beach. A day at the beach with big fat Mike's big sloppy tits.
I think we find that there's if we take a look at the stretch ratio on the condom here, it's about 250 to 1. So I think that the condom will be able to handle a full bladder full of piss before it ruptures.
I want to know 250 cc's.
How many ounces is that?
Of, I'm going to say saline.
Because I know a shot's an ounce.
A shot of saline? Or
just a shot, like a shot of liquor is an ounce.
Oh, yeah.
So how many ounces of saline is 250
Here we go.
cc's?
Wow, this is exactly what we're looking for. What bra size will 225 to 250 cc's of saline implant give me? Hopefully there's an answer.
Hopefully they're huge.
So this is a thing that people apparently...
Just to give themselves bigger titties?
Yeah, is it just for like one day?
Maybe.
At size 32, each 100 cc is approximately equal to 1 cup size. So that'd be almost a
250
C cup?
cc's, you're going up. But that's assuming that Fat Mike had A's before. I think we could assume Fat Mike is in a B territory.
Well, that's what I mean, at least C's, which is what I was saying before.
But
I think
like
that's
big
a pretty,
C's.
Well, yeah, but that's a
Big
pretty...
C's are better, right? Like you just see like a like on a woman.
This guy saw boobs before. Recently, though, clearly in recent history, I've seen
like
some
whenever
big
I see
C's.
girls and I'm like, I see the boobs and you see.
You tell.
I'm talking
I'm
like,
listening.
I'm talking like when they look huge, and you're like, and then eventually you find you're like, what size are your boobs? And they're like double C's or something like that.
Double C's?
The
Yeah.
D's are big and sloppy sometimes, but C's are always big,
Ladies.
big perky.
Ladies, don't call. Don't.
Please don't call.
You're gonna get the correspondence we've talked about.
We may not text
What
first.
size are your boobs?
What size are your
Are you
boobs? Are they
speaking
like C?
from-
But you know what I'm talking about when it's like they're.
I don't know.
I think I like big C's better than anything else. Give me like a double C or like a triple C.
But isn't a double C bigger than a D then?
Is
right?
it?
I think so.
I don't know
when
how
it gets-
boob sizes work. I just feel like I like big C's.
I've always heard when it gets
I'm
to
a big
double,
C man, and I can't be
you gotta
changed.
quiet down. You talk about boobs and you're screaming. Yeah, take a breath. Think about a penis just to even things out. Yeah, okay.
Icky.
Now we're back.
Ew.
But yeah, I think it goes the alphabet and then it
All the
comes back
colors
to
change.
double letters. But then I don't know if that makes sense.
How does it work? Look up a boob chart for me. Yeah, type in boob chart for me.
We need to talk about this first.
Talk about that.
I got Gary Horndeski, MD. This is a website where apparently
I thought you
doctors
meant Gary
answer your
Busey
question.
talking about breast sizes.
Gary Busey, Pet Judge. It's fucking crazy.
Gary Busey, he's like, here's the thing about women's titties.
That's a show on Amazon Prime. Is Gary Busey, Pet Judge, and it's wild. I watched 5 minutes before I had to take a break from it because it was so insane.
Okay.
Because he's just
Being
a
Gary
crazy
Busey.
person.
He's insane.
Even when he's calm and collected as a judge, you're like, no, this is crazy. And the first episode is a couple that's still together and their cat died and the man wants to give it a Viking funeral and the woman wants to bury it in the backyard. And they're always trying
Man's
to keep
right.
us down. Burn the fucking cat.
Let him do it.
And then the guy's crazy because Gary Busey is like, where are you going to do this at? Which is very
That's
reasonable
a good question
for
Gary
Mr.
Busey.
And the guy's
The
like,
Honorable Judge Busey.
yeah, it's so
Now
crazy.
rise for
He's
the
in
Honorable Judge
It
Busey.
is just like
It's in the
that.
big
It's-
robe. He's like,
yeah, and he's got the gavel. He's got the guy, and
go ahead and send him out.
and yeah, the guy, the man who is like the owner of the cat that wants to give it the Viking funeral. He's like, we live in a gated community that has a pond in it, and I asked the guy who does the landscaping if I could burn my cat, and he said, yeah. I'm like, and even Gary Busey's like, I don't know if that's the guy you talk to.
Yeah,
Just
I feel
the
like you got to
fucking
talk to
landscaper.
whoever owns the.
Yeah, because you can't even just set a fire
Right.
most of the time.
Most of the
Let
time
alone
when there's
burn a
like
cat and pushing it out on the water, which implies it's going to just go into the water.
Right, but then like where's it going to
ashes.
keep going?
Yeah, it's just going to burn into the...
Do you have the muscle memory and know yourself so well that you could push the burning cat corpse into the middle of the lake?
I don't know.
I would like a Viking funeral personally.
We all would.
Do it on the Rock River.
Does it
though.
even ever happen anymore?
It should.
I know, but
If it's in my will.
I don't think it just gets there.
You're gonna waste all the money to bury me in the ground, or you're gonna waste the money on a big ship you're gonna burn. What would you rather do?
But
I'll let you shoot the flaming arrow into it.
You don't have to sell me on it. I'll do it while you're alive.
Oh.
I'm saying, one, it totally doesn't burn your bones, right? It can't.
I mean, I think the bones go in the water.
Yeah, and that might be a big problem with why it doesn't happen a lot anymore. Yeah, because people find bones and they're like, no, that guy's fine.
No,
He had a
he's
Viking
dead.
funeral. It probably doesn't really burn through your body that much, because if the boat burns up, you're probably just a big charred dead corpse.
Just
and
whatever,
it's floating, and you're like, God, this did not go right.
This did not go the way I wanted
As
it
within
to.
life, he's not doing
I think
things
what you got to
properly.
do is you got to make like a funeral pyre on top of the boat and like fill it with hay and like newspaper and coffee grounds, stuff that'll burn really well, you know. And then put my corpse on top of it. And then wrap me up. And honest, if I can be
But
honest,
you know
with
how long it takes for a body to burn
But
through?
that's what I'm saying.
If
I can be honest,
fire. Have you ever burned a piece of a body?
soak me in gasoline and wrap my body in firecrackers, bro. Like I
still don't think I'm with you. You, like I said, I'm way
do
ahead
whatever you want to my corpse. I'm dead.
of you. Okay, then things are gonna be different. I'm just using it to drive in the carpool lane. That's the only benefit I find. I'm like,
Jaw
good
fall.
job, buddy.
Someone nicks your car and then my jawbone falls
Yeah.
off. Oh, son of a bitch.
No, I make you go through the tolls. Jesus Christ! Nope, just my buddy. Thanks.
Jesus Christ. If Jesus was real, he would have resurrected my friend back here.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, so you get 2 to 2.5 cup sizes. So he had some tits. Can we agree?
Yeah, I'm not
Not the
disagreeing.
big fat C's that
that
quench
I
your
love.
thirst.
The
Yeah.
big fat C's that I beckon for.
Yeah, we'll
I
look
know
up a
him when I
boob
see him,
chart.
too.
I feel like I'm not gonna get what
I
I'm
know
looking
him when
for.
just a big round monster. Just fucking give it to me. Pop it in my mouth. Like it's a grape. Just let me.
The whole thing.
I want the whole big. I want to suck on the nipple and then eventually get the whole breast in my mouth. That's the goal. Think you could fit a whole breast in your mouth?
Not a C.
Not a. What about a B?
Maybe.
Loose B.
But I feel like I'm gonna have to be cruel to the titty.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm
Just,
saying.
like, kinda-
How much of a C you reckon you could fit into your maw?
A decent amount.
Decent
I'd give it
amount
the
of a
old
C?
college try.
What I'm saying is you could probably get like a bit, and then there's like a bit where you suck in some, and then you can get more of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I want so much titty in my mouth I can't breathe.
Okay, this is getting illegally.
You
horny.
got me thinking about titties. I can't help it.
I don't know why it's so crazy.
I don't know, man. Something about the world today. I'm just thinking about big ol' C's, and they sound nice. Hell yeah! See, this guy knows
That's
what
how
I'm talking about.
That's how you sound. Right?
Big ol' C's. That sounds like a big horny cat just roaming.
You're so horny. You made a cat go into heat.
Oh
so
man,
I
have you ever
wouldn't-
been so detrimentally horny that you make other animals get horny?
Oh, here's a picture boob chart from
Yeah.
2006.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is the comical one where they're all
Boo!
funny boobs.
Show me good boobs.
Oh, I guess maybe if I just go to images, hopefully there'll be no actual breasts that I have to look at. Not because I'm opposed to it, just because, horny.
Yeah, you can't be showing me boob pics right now, man. I've got visions.
Here's a Shutterstock. Yeah, it seems like it just goes A, B, C, D, E, F.
G.
I'm having a hard time.
It goes
finding
up
that.
to M.
It goes my ex was a double F. Just
How much of that could you fit in your mouth?
not even a portion of it.
Jesus Christ.
If we're talking percentage-wise,
Yeah.
those things were gargantuan.
Jesus.
Unnecessary.
Fun though?
For a while.
After a while, it's just boobs.
When you're 16, they're very fun. As an adult, they seem like I'm
As
just
an
going to think
adult,
about
all you
her
can
back
think-
pain.
All I can think about is how she was choking herself and the boobs flew up that one day.
Yeah, that was a private conversation.
We can beep it. I swear we talked about that on the show.
No, we talked about that at the last cabin.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see you so much and talk about nasty shit, I forget.
Yeah, but we can only talk about certain nasty shit on here.
Oh,
The
yeah.
rest of it's over at www.patreon.com/dapperdadspodcast.
where we're cutting the hot ones.
Because this says A, B, C, D, double D, triple D. I don't know. I'm not getting a clear.
Back when medical science only went up to triple D's.
And then this one says A, B, C, D, double D, E, F, G. Yeah.
I like a big C.
I like ones that can crush cans.
I like
That's my
ones that
whole
I like women with thighs that can crush watermelons.
I like women who look however they
Hell
are.
yeah.
God, this is getting...
That cat is just
There's
as horny
so many
as I
charts
am.
dedicated to like how the boobs look instead of the sizes. Like your normal ones, your like low hangers, little softball 70s boobs, your big
little softball 70. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like what you're doing with your fingers in your eyes.
These ones. You never
Little
pull
lopsided?
down the bra because you can't figure out how to get the back off and then fall out.
Nothing wrong with that.
Crazy.
Nothing wrong with that.
You get a frontsies and it blows your mind.
Ooh.
They pop out like a parade of tits. You're like, thank you.
Thank you, God. It's like that scene in American Pie where all the pie's coming out of the boobs. The boobs are coming out of the stands.
This is from 17, the magazine, so I don't know how credible the source is. But these are the 9 types of boobs.
9?
9 types, not sizes. These are the types.
We'll rattle them off.
Asymmetrical.
Okay.
This refers to a set of boobs where one is larger than the other.
Typical.
Like our balls.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Second, athletic. I'd love to go up to a girl and be like, these are some athletic
breasts you got.
You got some real athletic
Baby,
breasts.
you got the most athletic titties I've ever seen.
Athletic?
Athletic titties.
Your tits are athletic.
You know what I mean? Just fuck me. Put
says,
something with a curve on it on me.
In case you were wondering, you don't have to be an intense athlete to have these boobs. I hate things like that. These breasts are wider, more muscular looking, and have less tissue. A wireless bra is perfect for these. Okay, that's what this is about. Is like what? Okay.
What bra types?
So remember when I was doing this?
Yeah.
East-west, baby. You feel me now? We've all seen a pair of these.
Yeah, we've seen a pair of East-west. Nothing wrong with the nice.
It made it sound like we saw them together. Like when we were in that tree with the binoculars. You had them backwards, so they were really far
and
away.
I was like, whoa.
I also had them I also had them backwards.
We both had them backwards.
We were looking at each other.
We turned to look at each other, and yeah. Wow, he's so close. His eyeballs are too close, and they look like East-west.
If your nipples point in the opposite directions outward, then you probably have east-west breast. East-west breast.
Where's that rapper at?
Incredible.
West Coast Gun featuring East-west breast.
Boom, boom, boom.
Bang, bang, pow, pow.
All right, next we have relaxed. For the relaxed type, your boobs typically hang downwards and have lax tissues. These are where the nipples are on the bottom.
Little bottom plugs.
Little punching bags.
Little buggity. They hit him with the bubbity. And then you see where the guy's like, and you're like,
then they hit you and they come at you. Like, please stop.
Just a punching bag full
Your
of
relaxed
breasts
breasts
flying at your face.
Attacking me. Next we have bell shape. These are
like
thinner.
the Liberty Bell with a big crack in the side.
These are thinner at the top and fuller at the bottom.
Oh,
little hangers.
Oh, like little hanging house plants.
Yeah, and again, anyone's I can punch. I'd love to.
Anybody's got their punching bags out. I'm going for it.
Then we have slender. That does not necessarily mean it's smaller. It means that your boobs are on the thinner side. They probably don't take up your entire chest. That seems sad. Sorry, Slender Man. Get these things out
slender
of here.
breasts.
Oh, we have side
Bride
set.
of Slender Man, slender breasts. Is that what the porno is?
No.
What's the porno knockoff of Slender Man?
Boner Man. It's not great.
Why aren't we writing stuff?
Next we have side set. It's
Bend Her Man.
No.
Oh.
It's your boobs can be side set if you have a little space between your breasts.
Just a little bit.
Like I'm trying to open the curtain to peek and make sure the audience is full.
Like your Moses part in the Red Sea, but there's boobs instead of water.
Next we have round. Just as you would expect, round boobs are the type that are fully circular and equal at the top and bottom of the breast.
Who doesn't love a good round?
Yeah, I think that's
a classic round.
And then we have teardrop. That's what I think I was talking about with softball 70s boobs. Similar to round breast, the teardrop shape is circular, but your boobs are a little less full at the top.
Little teardrops.
So those, folks, are the 9 types of breasts. We hope that you learned a lot.
Riveting content.
Don't call us and tell us which ones you have, unless you're a man, and then don't fucking dare.
If you fucking dare tell us what type of breast you have, we will block you in real life.
I got the wonky-eyed ones. Whatever those were.
I've got the ones with the inverted
East-West
nipples.
breasts. Yeah, yours are one innie, one outie.
And they suck.
You push the outie in and the other one pops
and then
out.
You can make them do a cute little song like do 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 do.
I hate that. I hate when you hear it in the distance quietly and you know it's coming to get you.
You know, but it's not even
asleep.
me doing the noise. It's the noise my nipples make, but it sounds like weird old whistling.
Yeah, and when you sleep, your nipple goes wee 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 wee.
And so I push the other one in, and then he goes.
Yeah, like, then you try to push them both in, and you get hard as a rock. Like, what is with this machine?
What is wrong with this machine? My dick is just
Yeah, every time.
I got
every
that
time you're
morning
about
wood that hurts, and
every-
my nipples are like wee 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 wee.
Every time you're about to have sex, you're like, "Are you ready for this, baby?" Just get hard as a rock. Could you imagine if you could just
I wish.
go hard? It just flies out.
I wish it wasn't both of my nipples I had to press. Like a button would be cool, but not on my
You
nipples.
don't have to look at her and go.
You certainly. So what do I do? Turn around? Like how do you
When you're
incorporate such a
taking your
smooth
shirt
slide?
off, you ready?
Okay.
You go like this, push them in, and then
Oh, but then you
Sometimes
that
I'm
guy
so
that
smart.
pulls his shirt up by the breast.
she's not gonna look
She's
unless you like
gonna
make
look.
a whole to do. You just do it. Also, I can totally hit my nipples like real quick. It doesn't have to be a thing. I don't want her to see that.
Yeah, because that feels.
"What's up?
Yeah, because then
You
you're
ready
like
to get
you're
fucked?"
like chest checking the girl. I don't think women like that
They don't seem to
unless they have
complain-
athletic type breasts. I feel like they might like.
They don't seem to complain when I chest bump them after the sex, except every girl that's complained about it, which is every girl I've done it to.
100% of the time, it happens every time,
Yeah, I'm just like, good game, and I chest bump them, and then I'm covered in my own cum,
and then it's like, oh,
and I'm like, this is gross. Why do you
why do you
people
let me do?
this?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I refuse to have sex with women because I don't want anyone to be subjected to that.
Yeah, you're the one calling the shots on that for sure.
Yeah. You never hear anybody say they like having sex with a man, so like,
I mean, I've heard it, but it's always men pissing into other men.
there's always men that aren't me and handsomer than me with bigger dicks than me.
Dicks.
Or
This guy's
just men
got
with dicks.
3 big dicks.
This guy's got 3 big dicks and he knows how to use every single one of them, and it sucks.
This guy's got 3 dicks, and none of them are even close to as small as yours is.
And they're all like, even his smallest one, which he's like really ashamed of, is
Yeah.
like gigantic
He's
compared
like,
to
please
yours.
look at the other 2.
Look at the
Don't
other
look
2.
at
The
this
third
one.
one brings me great shame. The other 2
Yeah.
will get soft if I find out you're looking at the third one.
Yeah,
And meanwhile, I'm looking at it just like, Jesus fuck.
I would give anything to be close to that.
I'd give anything to even
Not
have
size-wise,
an
I
ounce.
just want to get close to it. My hands are cold.
And
And
just
as
rub
we've
it.
recently learned, boners are hot. Not like that. Warm.
It's like super warm.
Temperature.
Real hot.
Radiate.
Real steamy.
You got a real hot
real greasy.
boner. Are you telling me that I'm covered in snot?
I'm saying, yeah, a little.
I did do it. It's because I laughed.
Yeah.
That's why we got to stop laughing on this podcast.
Start getting real serious.
Yeah.
What do we get real serious about?
World War One. It's underrepresented.
Okay.
You always hear about 2, right? That's right. That came off top, but like 2 definitely.
I don't
took
want
the
to say
cake.
it's not right, but I don't know enough to fight it.
You don't hear about World War One. It's always World War Two.
Yeah, because World War II was worse.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like
Was World War II the only time the sequel was better? Can we talk about that?
That's what I was just gonna say. Or like how people always talk about with albums, the sophomore slump.
Mhm.
But occasionally, and I found it recently a lot of like bands I listen to or rappers and stuff. I'm
Mhm.
like starting to find that the second album seems better than the first, and that's World War One. World War Two. It's not better.
Worse.
It's more, yeah, worse. More.
World War II definitely didn't hit the sophomore slump, we can say.
No, you just hear about it. Yeah, if someone's like World War, you go 2. You don't even think about 1.
Right.
Like,
You're like, there was a
they
first World
really
War?
did. Yeah, I thought.
What
we
was the
just
first
jumped-
World War even about?
The world was like unhappy.
With
I don't know. That's what I mean. You can't even think about it. World War II, you're like Nazis. You know,
World
they're
War-
like they're
I
like
think it was
juggalos.
Franz Ferdinand and the
Francis and the
Kaiser.
Lights?
And the Kaiser?
What about Stalin? Was that Hitler era?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about Confucius?
That was way before any of this.
All right, so in the middle of those.
Confucius
things.
is like 1300s.
I'm just throwing out names. I don't really understand like what they
Who was Confucius?
like a smart poet guy,
Okay.
right?
I don't see why that doesn't make sense.
Do you know?
I don't know another way to say it.
Yeah. Okay.
Philosopher?
Sometimes you're like, yeah, I think that's the word that we're both looking for.
Yeah, I would say I was like, what is the
Sometimes you
word?
make me think I'm stupid, and then I'm like, am I right? And you're like, yeah. And then I'm like, why did you make me feel
Could you make me feel stupid all the time?
Because I'm so smart.
Yeah,
when
oh,
I
that's
say-
what it is.
When I say whatever I said about whoever I just said that about.
Confucius.
This is why we don't talk about real life shit, because we don't.
This is why I told you we can't get serious on the
If
show.
people knew how stupid I was.
I'm so scared of people finding out how actually stupid I am, because like, I'm not saying I come across as a big smarty or anything like that, but I definitely don't think I
Far
come
from
across
it.
far from it. But I don't think I come across as a giant dumbass all the time.
Yeah, I just don't know about things that I think people know about.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people.
Like just
would be
normal
like-
shit.
Yeah, like Confucius, they probably would be like, yeah, the whatever word you
Philosopher?
said. Philosopher. I was gonna say psychological.
Psychiatrist.
Yeah, I get those confused.
The
which
old
is probably
psychoanalyst
stupid.
Confucius.
Yeah, they're all. I listen. I need to know like 10 things for how I live my life.
And you know 10 things I hate about you.
Yeah, I need to watch 10 things I hate about you every day, or I am an asshole.
That's the. I feel
I'm
like that
always
takes up a lot of
cranky.
day.
Like an hour and a half.
I mean, like you got to wake up and watch it then, right?
I mean, it depends what I have to do. If I'm just around my house, I'll gladly be a cranky asshole to everybody. They know what's up.
The animals are all just hiding everywhere from you. What are you doing with your hands? You got cum on your hands?
Fucking hand hurts so bad.
Why? What'd you do?
Specifically when I go like this, which makes me
Interesting.
think I was shooting a gun.
Got way too
aggressive,
drunk and started shooting a gun.
in the air.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. And then this, you ever get this sore spot?
I've been getting cramps in both of my hands. I don't know what that's about.
Jerking.
Dying? But I only jerk with the right. I don't jerk with the left.
Sympathy pains.
Sympathy pains from the other guy.
Ghost pains.
Ghost pains from the universe where I jerk with my left.
Yeah.
There's a universe
and
right
the
next to this
universe-
one, but it's the only thing that's different is I jerk with my left instead of my right.
The universe where you jerk with your left and your left hand and penis were lost in a tragic accident.
Oh no.
So you feel ghost pains in this universe? Very confusing. What do you think was the accident? I'm assuming a knife that was a clean cut against both things.
I'm assuming a horrible fisting accident. Like punched a girl's pussy and she had a Wolverine pelvis with like the metal alloy on it and it just fucked my hand.
But your hand and your dick have to both be gone.
Firecracker. In
Big
my lap.
firecracker? Or-
Big firecracker. Someone was like, catch. And I was like,
and it fell, and then you went to grab it with your left hand?
big firecracker. I'm sitting in a chair like this,
Uh-huh.
holding a drink.
Uh-huh.
Firecracker in the drink. Boom.
Okay.
M80.
I think it falls on your crotch, and then you put your left hand on top to grab it, and then that's when it blows up. So you got dick and balls underneath, hand on top, blows both of them to smithereens. But it looks gnarly.
I think I just kill myself.
Because you're going to miss your left hand too much?
Yeah. Won't be able to do Rubik's
Love
Cubes
this.
anymore.
Yeah, you're president against things.
Yeah, you see me just like it's like a weird documentary about me, and they're like, "And we think he's recovering very well for a man without a left hand and a penis." And I'm just like in a hospital sweater, like
Yeah, you're like holding it against a wall, uphill. Your knees, you put it in between your knees, but you can't be fast with
just
it.
really quiet. It's like one
And
of those
people are
silent.
like, "Oh my god, it's so sad. He must have been so good at Rubik's Cube." You're like, "No,
No.
it was really bad. He was hoping to figure it out one day, but at this pace, it's never gonna
happen. And then it's like one of those weird like movie scenes where like I'm in there and it's like a silent scream that just like fills up with static, and then like somehow I figured out the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. Well, when you were asleep, I just took the.
Stickers off and
Yeah.
then put them back on. You know, my uncle did that for real when he was a kid.
I think a lot of people did.
He convinced everybody he could do Rubik's Cubes, but he had to be alone because he could only concentrate on it when he was alone, then come out of his room 5 minutes later.
That's a grade A lie. You know
Grade
what I mean?
A lie. Yeah.
I gotta do this by myself because
You people break my concentration.
Yeah,
you're
I
all
can't even-
you're all just mooing cows in my brain, and I need to be alone to focus and have my smartness come out. I can't be smart around you people.
I remember breaking one apart because I was told you could just like instead of the sticker, the easier way would be to reset the
Position the
squares.
bricks, yeah.
Can't do that. At least the one I had. You're just like
I remember the first thing I ever stole in my life, like as a kid, was a Homer Simpson head Rubik's Cube from the Walmart that used to be right next to the Sam's Club that is now the furniture store.
Mm-hmm. I had my eyes
That
closed, so
scared
that
you,
ruined
yeah.
my life. A lot of sound effects and things are like fucking with my brain. I was listening to a song yesterday on my
Doesn't like the
TV.
sound of spaghetti being slurped or chicken wings being eaten.
Yeah, and I agree with both of those. But who doesn't? Who's like, you know what I love? Slurping spaghetti. People slurping.
I mean, I don't like the
spaghetti.
sound of slurps, but like the sound of chicken wings, like I don't mind that. I like a nice like crunchy chicken wing.
I don't want to hear other people do it. Like,
Whatever.
I don't want to hear anyone make mouth noises.
I mean,
besides
yeah.
telling me I am
Handsome.
nice. You finally learned.
I know. I want to be called handsome too. An old lady called me a tall drink of water like 7 years ago, and that's the only compliment I've ever held on.
Recently?
No, 7 years ago, and I'm just gonna hang on, and I've been
It
hanging
feels
on
like
to it
you
ever
would
since.
get that a lot more, being so
You would think.
ridiculously tall.
No, I think it's more. I'm more scary and smell bad, and people don't want to
only
compliment.
half of them are true.
What can you really compliment on me though? Like that's the thing.
That's what I mean. I feel like that would be like your go-to is that you're tall.
Yeah.
People like that for some reason.
They don't. Usually people just go, "Excuse me, sir, can you reach this thing on the top shelf for me?"
Well, yeah, but
and then I'm standing there and I just hear him go, "Fuck, he's ugly, Jesus."
Yeah, of course.
And I'm just like, "Oh."
They got too close to you.
Yeah, and they're like, "Fuck it." From a distance, he looked like fucking Paul Bunyan, but up close, I didn't know they stacked shit that high. Oh my god.
Yeah, but ladies love tall guys and hate little men.
Yeah,
right.
Because even if the little guy was like super handsome,
imagine
they see me.
if you were 5'6".
I would have killed myself already, like
Someone
a long time ago. Someone would have mercy killed me already if I was 5'6". If I was 5'6", my father would have seen me at like 20 years old, like not getting any bigger than 5'6", and been like, "Sorry, son," and just like blew my brains out in a McDonald's drive-thru.
What, during ordering or pickup?
Gives me the food,
Pain.
lets me take a bite, and then he's like, "Sorry, son."
Yeah, you're just looking at the meal.
Looking at the box.
Travis Scott burger.
Finally. Yeah, I'm finally like, my dad's cool. He goes, "Give my son a sicko mode burger." And then he turns on.
He's like, "Here's your Travis Scott burger." And you bite into it and he goes, "It's lit." And he blows your fucking
Holy
brains out.
shit. Travis Scott gets sued somehow.
I mean, he should.
Travis got sued by McDonald's because local hero father killed shitty son.
Yeah, you're like, wait, does anyone have
From
a problem?
hell, I'm like, I guess it's really kind of the truth. I mean,
Yeah, they realize in court that no one has a problem with it, and it's for the
Yeah,
better. So your dad gets to party with Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner.
Oh, and he doesn't even appreciate
And
it. He's
Stormy?
like,
Stormy's there, not partying.
my,
Actually partying.
knowing my
Crazy.
dad just screaming at him, "This isn't how you raise a daughter, Mr. Scott."
Yeah. And Travis is just like,
He's really taking some hard life advice
like,
from my dad.
"Straight up."
My dad's like giving him all the advice he should have given me growing up,
Yeah.
and he's just like, "Wow, I guess it really isn't lit, is it, Mr. Slim?"
Oh no, that was my stupid son's name.
Oh no,
Call
no,
him-
please,
or,
Mr.
yeah,
Slim
we
is
can't
my
say it.
stupid son. Call me anti-Slim.
Just becomes.
Call me the
super
exact opposite of Slim. Call me Fats.
We've had a lot of people ask about our pending McDonald's deal, which was obviously rejected in favor
Super
for the
rejected.
Travis Scott.
Yeah,
deal.
we submitted what our meals are, but they were deemed too gross
Yeah.
and hard to construct by the teams, by the
I
test
said
kitchen.
wet nuggets, wetter. And they were like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Wetter."
Wetter.
Like, real.
Like, I get some nuggets, they come out real hard sometimes.
bring
I
it
want 'em
out. Like,
wet.
wet. Yeah.
I need
Like, how wet?
I need a wet 20
what you're,
piece.
what you're thinking. Yeah, I want to open the thing and a wave comes out.
I want these to be like dripping. I want
Yeah.
like drip till you drown type of
like
nuggets.
how the fryer oil looks is the consistency that the nugget should be getting to eventually.
Right, like I want you to
It's
leave
not going to
them.
be an overnight process. Listen, I'm coming in. It's a new radical idea that's going to improve on everything you've ever dreamed of. But I know it takes some time. So let's just get wetter and wetter and wetter until I like all the food. I like the idea of these nuggets to spill over into burgers, fries, not shakes. Shakes should be much harder.
Shakes should be
Shakes
so hard.
very firm.
I want to shake so hard I pull the straw out and the rest of the shake comes with it.
I want the shake to be one big straw.
Just a big straw
Solid.
shake.
We need more straws because Starbucks is bullshit.
Meanwhile, the Slim meal is just a disgusting blue bucket filled with McNuggets with all the sauces thrown into a bag and a bunch of McDoubles, but with like 6 patties each on them.
So it's just a bucket of
A
all
bucket
that?
of bucket of McNuggets with a handful of. Here's what they do: they take a bucket, they fill it up with nuggets, some wet ones.
Of course.
Variety.
Well, they'll all be getting wet over time.
Over time, they're gonna get wet.
Eventually, you're just
And
going to have a
then
bucket
the
of what seems like
and then
water.
the
which
McDonald's
will be
worker
very
is
confusing.
instructed to angrily grab a couple of each sauce from the bin because they're like under the counter there. But each time they run up, they got to scream, "Full government name! Full government!" They got to scream a Dapper Dad's catchphrase as they're grabbing the sauce.
Which that was the real where we lost them. They
Yeah.
were willing to wet the nuggets, whatever your
Big
bucket nightmare
with
is,
a bunch of
everything
nightmare
was fine.
burger bag. You don't even wrap the burgers. You make the burgers and just throw them in the bag, all loosey goosey style, and then you shake them up.
Many onions. Yeah, as you get when
So many onions in the bag. It's just the bag gets murdered with onions. They throw in a whole cup of onions.
Yeah. When you go
We got
to-
an onion loss. That there's like a news article complaining. They're like, McDonald's workers mad about Dapper Dad's meal, and they're like, oh, probably because they fucking suck. And it's like, no, we're losing money on the onion sales because the Slim bag has a pound of onions in it.
Yeah, it's like one bag of onions and then your food, and you're like, what, both? Or like
one bag of mac sauce.
When you get a blizzard and they have to do the upside
They
down
have to flip
thing?
it, yeah.
Which also, I went with my girl recently and she got a blizzard and the girl went to do it. She had 2 cups, so it just fell out on the ground Because the Blizzard had 2 cups, so when she turned it over, she was holding on to the cup, and the Blizzard was on the ground. And it was so funny. And then she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And my girl was like, that's totally fine. Like,
shit happens, yeah.
I don't give a shit. She got another one, and the girl looked like it seemed like they had told her, if you drop one more Blizzard on the ground, we're not only going to fire you, we're all going to beat the shit out of you when the store closes. Because she was just like heartbroken, or she didn't know what happens. I like to think that
probably because she got
really
yelled at
down, like,
so many times.
and now they have a sign that says we're not going to be turning the Blizzards upside down anymore. Like, we broke it.
Yeah, I think it was you. I think it was you personally.
I didn't order the Blizzard. I ordered just the ice cream cone. Their ice cream is like the best ice cream.
Yeah, just plain, regular, plain ice cream. Yeah.
But then I read a thing online somewhere where someone was like, it's not even close to ice cream. That's why they never use the words ice cream. And then I went, and they never use the words ice cream. And then I started to be like, what is that?
Yeah, what is
and
that?
No one tells it.
It's a frozen treat.
Yeah, it's definitely that.
That's what they say.
Yeah, I think that's all. It does have
Maybe
another
that
word. Because it's not custard, it's not ice cream, it's not like a word like that. It's a conspiracy that we need.
Okay.
Mine just cracked open.
Yeah, we need to dig deeper.
They're no
into
longer turning the Blizzards, which are full of some sort of substance that's delicious,
It's
but
delicious
not
and
ice
cold
cream.
and creamy.
like the thing I read was like, it's like not even close to ice cream. You're like,
What, is there even any milk in it?
I don't know. Concerned.
Just
If you
water
know-
and sugar.
If you know, don't call the number. Meet us in an
Dark, alley and give us a list.
a dark parking garage.
And then we shoot you
Yeah, we
for
have
being
to.
a snitch.
And we want to be the only one with the secret. I
Yeah.
don't have any good secrets on my plate right now.
I know. I don't have anything that I could really use as like a bargaining chip if someone wanted to come kill me. I know what's in the dairy cream, not ice cream. Then they're like, go on. I'm like, I'll tell you, but you got to put your
Did you
guns
say dairy
away.
cream?
Yeah, dairy cream. I know
Did
it's in the
someone-
dairy cream.
And then I was like, is that right? Wait, and I was like, what is it called? What's the right thing?
Dairy
Is it Dairy
Queen.
Cream?
Dairy Queen. Cream
Queen
Queen?
the Queen?
Dairy Cream Queen?
You just come up to the window and it's just coming. That's what it is. It's like the slurm thing in Futurama, and it comes out of a slug.
Yeah, big slug.
And
Hot.
so, yeah, it's a big queen, and it comes out of her box. And yeah, they just
I'll
got
just
like
put a stick in the
cones up
box.
to it. Then that's why when you drop the Blizzard on the ground, you don't want to go up to the queen and go,
Be like,
please, ma'am, may I have some more?
She like,
just, oh,
it's clearly
This is
painful.
not ice cream.
No, this is clearly, and you're just like looking through backwards binoculars in the drive-through.
Why is
Holy
it so
shit!
far away?
God, a cotton candy
No,
blizzard sounds tits right now.
We break in and we figure this out. And
We gotta go get a blizzard before.
you can't. They throw them on the ground.
Oh,
And then they just look at you and they're like, there it is.
and they're like,
And they
there it
say
is,
some
and they're
mean
like, do you
things.
want to go back to the worm and get another one? And I'm like,
No,
if
we
I have to.
We break in and like we find out, like we open the door and we see this happening, and you're like puking and like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then you look over and I'm just like, oh, I'm eating her.
Your
out.
head is in the box, just.
It's good. It's not on a cone. And you know how the cones always have that paper on the bottom? But then it's glued to the cone, and it's implied that you can eat the glue. But at this point in 2020, we haven't figured out a better
Process of not getting glue on my ice cream cone?
Yeah, I don't even need the paper, right? I don't need to know.
Nah.
I'm not going to buy ice cream cones from the fucking distributor because I'm not a fucking ice cream restaurant.
Yeah.
So I don't need to know what brand the ice cream cone is. It's one of those things that drives me a little crazy. I don't want to eat glue. Call me crazy. And
What if it's food grade
until I
glue?
black out?
What if it's food grade glue?
I don't like the fact that exists.
What if it's a food grade sticker?
I also dislike that.
All the
I like
stickers
my
on fruit is food grade in case you eat it on accident.
I know, but I don't like that. I don't like the fact that means that they were like, listen, we got to make this edible because people are stupid.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want.
the unfortunacy of it.
I want my food grade items to be regular food. Call me crazy.
Call you crazy.
Not pussy cream from the queen. That's not food.
I don't know. It sounds like you
just
really
delicious.
like pussy cream. You want to get your head up in there.
I mean, I think
When do they put the other stuff in, like the brownie pits and the caramel? Is it just the
those
cream?
come from other people?
Oh, is it just the cream that
A
comes out
royal
of it?
family,
Is
you
it
could
just? It's just the Dairy Queen that it comes out of. Fuck, baby, give me that creamy box. You just slide your whole fucking body in.
Oh, and it's cold.
Oh, that's why the ice cream machine's always broken.
She's tired.
Yeah, she needs rest. They gotta
needs a
they gotta
break.
feed her all the old burgers nobody bought at the end of the day so she can make more dairy cream. From the Dairy Queen.
For shakes, she's just
They're
spun
just
around.
They're just feeding her the gravy from the fucking chicken strip
That's
basket.
what makes the ice cream.
You feed the Dairy Queen the gravy, and it makes the ice cream.
It makes a fine
dessert frozen
treat.
dessert treat.
Yes, the fine frozen.
You don't want to
dessert
know how
treat.
they make the dilly bars.
Now I gotta. Yeah, the dilly bars are totally inappropriate.
Smacking dilly bars on her titties. And
Dairy. I can't believe I keep forgetting the name of the business.
Dairy creams.
Ice cream.
Cream pies.
Ingredients. Oh, I have cream pies pulled up in another tab.
Good.
Cone. All right, let's see what the ingredients are. Okay, why would the ingredients change for the size? Really biff that right off the top. Artificially flavored vanilla reduced fat ice cream. That's clearly a cover-up. I'm not even going to continue. That's a bold-faced lie. Why won't you guys call it ice cream anywhere? It turns out I've been completely wrong about everything. I don't even know what I read.
It's not even this restaurant.
Oh, they say treats a lot. Everything's a treat.
Because it's a treat.
Blizzard treat. That's it. That's all they have, apparently.
Because it is a little treat.
Cone, hot fudge sundae. Oh, this brownie and Oreo cupfection. I don't know how much other people go to Dairy Queen. I go a little more than your average person, probably. Unfortunately, this cupfection is incredible.
Is it?
Yeah, brownie, Oreo, ice cream,
sounds
marshmallow.
Sounds
cream.
decadent.
It's very good. It's warm. I like a warm brownie with ice cream.
I like that. Yeah,
but I don't like when they like murder each other.
Yeah,
and the ice cream melts.
I always used to like getting the hot fudge
brownies.
sundae at McDonald's because I always like the McDonald's ice cream with their hot fudge because then it gets because it gets really hot and then you got to wait to that point where the ice cream's kind of melty and the fudge is like almost solidified a bit in the cup.
It gets real weird consistency.
Yeah, you got to get the weird consistency fudge and drink the ice cream around it.
Yeah. Yeah, we know about ice cream, folks.
We do.
We know where it comes from.
Don't even get me started.
I love ice cream. I used to not. I went through a long phase of I liked it as a kid and then I just didn't eat it for a long time. And now
I love
good.
I gotta not have ice cream in the house because I will eat. Like if I buy a pint, I eat the pint. Like when I get home, like I can't just savor ice cream. That's my problem.
Right. I don't buy it in the house. I like make myself go out for it because then sometimes I'm like, well, I don't feel like going out, and then I win.
Mm-hmm. Then you're not.
I feel like going out.
But a lot of times I feel like just stepping out to get a little treat.
Or like, yeah, I could eat ice cream like a lot. Like also back to the wet nuggets. How many regular nuggets could you eat if you were eating them? Have we talked about this before? Because I feel like I could murder a lot.
No, maybe we have because I remember I was saying back in the day when I was like big, I would get like I remember I got 50 nuggets one time and I ate at least 40. Like I sat there and I ate at least 40 nuggets with a large fry though.
Yeah,
so I feel like if I didn't
nugget,
have the large fry, I could have eaten all 50 nuggets. So I can do at least 40.
Yeah, I feel like I could do 30 easily.
Because the 20 goes down so quickly.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it depends. But yeah, if they're like
I've never taken down a 20 piece and had it not go down easily.
I have, but I'm assuming there was other food involved, and I was probably drunk because I don't know last time I've eaten sober McDonald's.
When I used to eat McDonald's, I would get a 20-piece nugget, a McChicken, and a McDouble. That was my order every time, and a sweet tea.
I would
with a large fry.
I get like a large fry for sure, 10-piece nugget, and like a McDouble. I think it's usually what I do. It's the fact that the snack wraps were taken away angers me to this day. I know seems like I'm angry about a lot of things that seem like it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but that was like possibly, this might sound crazy, the greatest single fast food item ever, especially as
That's
far
a bold
as, like,
hill to die on.
Like I would go, like when we worked together, I would go up there, large fry, 2 snack wraps, perfect amount. It's easy to eat on the go. It's perfect.
Shove 2 of them in your face.
Why? It's one of those things like what Taco Bell's doing where you're like, why? You could still do this.
Oh, I would still get
and
snack
I
wraps.
knew so many people who ate them.
Yeah, I ate a shit ton of them.
Yeah. And like they were.
I ate the Mac ones. The Mac ones were my favorite.
Yeah. I didn't like those ones as much, but still good.
Yeah, 'cause
like,
you're a chicken man.
Yeah, of course. And it was like really good. I think it's the best thing they ever had. And yeah, as far as like if you're thinking like fast food like on the go, like the reason it exists.
Something wrapped in a tortilla is perfect.
Yeah, like I would just murder those on lunch at work because it's so easy. It's right there, and then you can eat it in the car. It's not like a whole mess, and it like you eat it. You know what I mean? It just makes sense.
It
like
makes
I like
sense,
wraps
yeah.
in general, And like a lot of like fast food places, I feel like don't have a good rap, and it always seems like
Yeah.
such a lot. And Wendy's had one recently too, and I used to get it like if I was going out of town, like pop in. That's what I mean. I'm gonna be on the highway, something real quick.
Want
I know I
something
gotta
wrapped
something on
up.
me. Yeah, real easy. They got rid of theirs too, and it's like, what is going on? Did you guys get
Wendy's
wind
has a
that I
burger
like
that's
it?
got like 5,000 calories in it that they're debuting. It's like a beer cheeseburger on a pretzel bun
That sounds great.
for like Oktoberfest. It's got like fried onions, a beer cheese that took them like 15 different tries to make or something.
You're gonna say 15 years. I was like, I have to get the cheese that's 15 years in the making.
They tried like 15 different beers before they got it right, and then they finally found like a
Seems
beer they wanted to
excessive.
make it with.
I gotta try that, even if it's 5,000 calories. I won't eat.
Yeah,
for a week.
apparently it's one of the
5,000 calories.
it's one of
Can
the-
you even do that?
it's one of those things where it's like a shit ton of
I know.
calories and like a
We're just
bitch
gonna
load of
look every-
sodium.
Hey, our new burger has a bitch load of sodium.
Because I remember when I was a kid, once again, my dad sending mixed messages, being like, "You're fat as hell," and then being that Hardee's burger came out that had no vegetables on it. It was just like bacon, mayonnaise, ketchup, and burger.
Yeah, I
Just type in Wendy's beer cheese.
think I found it. It's just articles are so fucking long for I don't know why.
just because articles are fucked.
Yeah, Wendy's pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger.
Yep, that sounds right.
Features a soft pretzel bun, fresh beef patty, Munster cheese, bacon, fried onions, pickles, smoky honey mustard, and warm beer cheese sauce.
I feel like it's a messy sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Because you ain't eating that without a bib and going back
Cheese
to work.
sauce?
Cheese sauce on anything implies fork and knife.
Yeah, I mean, it looks different than I was expecting.
You know it's gonna look so shitty when
Yeah.
they pop it out of the wrist.
Yeah, sometimes like I always make the joke that a lot of shit. I specifically think let's go back to the Dairy Queen cream pussy franchise. You get,
Blacked out for a minute thinking about his
Saying
head being
more
stuck
words.
inside the Dairy Queen again.
I don't even have to turn. It's just everything.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh my god. Yeah, you look so happy taking that in.
But and she'll be happy when she takes me in.
She'll be happy when I'm done eating all that sweet cream, if you know what I mean. Be the best blizzard you ever had.
But I've gotten like
They begged me to come back and eat out the Dairy Queen because she made better ice cream after I was done with her. Damn right. boys.
better dessert treats.
Better
you
dessert
piece of
treats.
shit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Warren
You're-
Buffett comes
yeah.
and murders me. Yeah, whoa.
I'm so sick of
I'm
these.
telling you
dude.
that
Like, these things suck.
I'm so sick of these two.
Oh, these fucking. Oh, anyway, I like their chili cheese dog occasionally. I don't eat them anymore. I know you caught me off and told you sat me down and said
I
"You're
sat you down
eating
and told
too many
because
chili
every
cheese.
time I talk to you, I was like, "What?" It's like, "What you been eating? Chili cheese dogs? 2 chili cheese dogs? 3 chili?" One time you were telling me you were having like 3 chili cheese dog dinners at one point.
Yeah, that's like a normal amount of chili cheese dogs.
That's just But when
For
you're doing
dinner?
it like
I
several
wasn't doing
times
it
a week,
that
you were doing
much.
it a lot every
It
time.
means I was alone.
There was a
I'm
period.
not
There was
a
a
good
period
cook.
of episodes where you were just talking about eating chili dogs like constantly. Like you were just. They're look
really
at you
good.
sweating, like trying to like
Because
get
I
out
thought
of me
about
talking
having one
about it.
recently, and all I can think is you come into my head and you're like, better not eat any chili cheese dogs.
I mean, I can't
And then
stop you
flick
from
my
eating chili.
nose
I
in
just,
my brain.
I want you. Okay, when have I ever flicked your nose?
No,
when
it's
I'm
in.
talking
I
about-
have like the bubble, and
Uh-huh.
it's you like.
Better not eat any chili cheese dogs.
And you flick my
Hey,
nose.
drama! You better not eat
reach-
any chili cheese dogs because they'll go right to your
You,
thighs.
you reach through the
Bubble
bubble
and I
and
flick your
my
nose.
Like, son of a bitch.
And then like you go.
And everyone around me is like, "Are you okay?"
You go
I'm
to
like,
punch the bubble
"No."
and I start dissipating and I'm like, you'll never get rid of
Yeah,
me.
just in my house. Like,
Making chili cheese dogs out of anger
I'm
now.
gonna make them. I made like classier versions. Whatever. It's
What do you mean Tell me what a classy chili cheese dog is.
not classy, but
Stop
it's like,
whatevering me. It's like I'm over here being like, yeah, I told you not to do heroin, and you're like, shut up. I
Because you don't want to hear about my chili cheese dogs. 'cause
I
you
do
think
wanna
I've
hear
eaten
about
too
your
many.
chili
I've
cheese
been
dogs.
clean for a long time.
Now, how long is a long time?
Quite a while. I don't
What
know
if
the
this was
last
crack
time.
cocaine? What if we were like, I
It
just
would
want a
be
little bit
different.
of
That
crack
would be
cocaine?
okay.
Yeah, because then I'm gonna get a picture of you sitting on the couch falling asleep with like 3 chili cheese dogs, like
Well, that would just
the
be...
dog hopping on your lap, eating your. Then it's a picture of you on the ground fighting with a chili cheese dog in your mouth with the dog in your underwear.
I would never have.
I would never. I could.
I could simply go buy more chili cheese dog and
Texting your girl and you're like, get rid of those pictures.
It's one
That's
of the
why Apple keeps
easiest-
calling you, because they're like, we saw the pictures of
That's
you
a
mouth
secret.
wrestling a dog
Yeah,
with
your
chili
iCloud
cheese
got
dog.
hacked and there's 7,000 chili cheese dog related images, and only half of them are Sonic fan art.
And the other half are
Whoa,
insanely
my
not
iCloud
safe for
did
work.
get hacked.
You and just
Big time.
You and
Me
just
and the naked
nasty
with the-
tidy whities. holding a chili cheese dog up where your dick should
and
be.
It's dripping.
That's gonna be your autobiography
cheese.
cover. You with
Yeah, like
holding a chili
Dennis
cheese
Rodman
dog
with the ball.
Yeah, but you with the chili cheese dog.
Oh, I'll go take that photo tonight.
Tonight. That's how
Which
you
means
relapse.
I get to eat chili cheese dogs.
See, that's what I worry about is you relapsing like Philip Seymour Hoffman and having a chili cheese dog related death. Because he didn't drink for like 21 years and then he finished a movie and someone was like, "You want a drink?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he just did it and then he died. And you're going to be like, clean off the dogs for a minute and I'm not going to be around. And someone's going to be like, "Hey man, you want to go get a chili cheese dog?" And you're going to be like, "Yeah." And then you're going to die in a gutter covered in fucking chili cheese and
From
onions.
what? What's the cause of death?
I don't know. You're going to choke eating too many chili cheese dogs.
That could have happened to anyone.
You're gonna get big and fat eating too many chili cheese dogs, and your heart's gonna get
quickly?
clogged. Yeah, it's a lot. Like you relapse like a month. Yeah, like that's all you eat. Like you're here doing the show again in a couple of weeks, and like you just got like there's a tower of chili cheese dogs, and I'm like, "Oh, are we doing a contest?" And you're like, "Contest?" And you're just eat.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dunking them in my coffee.
Dunking them in milk. Oh, I'll make nasty chili. Can you imagine the chili milk?
Oh, I shouldn't have to.
But you're gonna.
This is not what I'm here
dip
for.
in a chili dog in your Sonic coffee. Can you imagine?
I buy
Go to Sonic and
coffee
get a chili
and then
cheese
pour it
dog.
into
Get a
the
hot
Starbucks cup so I look fancy.
Go to Starbucks, get a latte. Go to Sonic, get a chili cheese dog.
Can you imagine when they hand you your Starbucks drink and you say thanks and put a chili cheese dog in it and then start drinking it as you drive away?
What's worse, if it's a hot drink or like a frappuccino?
I think hot.
I don't know. A chili cheese frappuccino upsets me in a way I don't like.
Anyway, I'm gonna eat one soon now, and only because of this. So
That's fine.
I hope that
you're just forcing
happy.
my hand to have to make. You know what? For every chili cheese dog you eat, I'm gonna eat two, and then you're gonna see the effects on me, and I'm gonna be in the hospital.
Yeah, you're gonna be the one that'll die.
I'm gonna
not
die.
me.
I'm gonna be in the hospital hooked
Your
up to a
ticker
bunch of
can't handle
machines.
what I can put away.
Yeah. Oh, you think my ticker can't handle all those chili cheese dogs?
Footlongs.
How many chili cheese dogs do you think you could eat?
Like comfortably, or just to
Like,
really
let's say
prove
if
a
you and
point?
me were trying to prove a point to each other about who could eat more
I
chili
don't know,
cheese
'cause
dogs.
after that third one, it's like, you know what I mean?
Oh, say you think you could put away double digits if you're trying to be
No.
competitive with me?
No, how much?
Not even footlongs, like just regular chili cheese dogs.
I don't
say.
think I could do
Like
10.
if you made a pack of Oscar Mayer hot dogs, like Oscar
how,
Mayer.
how crazy are we going with the chili? That's what
The
changes
chilies
game.
would change. See, I feel like chili makes everything slide down easier.
Yeah, but there can be like I put a good amount of chili.
Yeah, I put like a
of
handsome
course.
amount of chili on.
Yeah.
What I do is I do the thing where I'm like 3 dogs on a plate,
Uh-huh.
just scoop the chili on top of that, and then I'm not even trying to pick these things up. I'm just fork and knife.
See, I still pick them up. Honestly, it really never came to mind fork and knife.
Yeah.
Probably because I don't want to look like that ever.
What?
But-
Who are you trying to impress?
I just won't do. Have you not met me? I
I
won't
know,
just do
yeah.
things because I just don't just.
That's my problem.
do
Is I
things.
just do them because I don't give a shit, and that not giving a
Yeah.
shit starts to bleed into
I
everything
feel
else.
like if we hypothetically had a baby and one of us peed because they go together,
if one of us
that we would
came
have
in
the
other one's
perfect
butt.
kid.
Yeah.
Because I'm too crazy about things. You don't give a single
too
shit
loose
about
about
anything.
things.
So our kid would have to be perfect and not just traumatized by.
Or
our
it could pick up the
existence.
worst habits from both of us.
That
Oh
thing
my
won't
God,
live
that
very
monster
long.
has to-
Yeah, so it won't really matter.
Get rid of that thing.
Are you gonna watch your kid? No, it's not gonna be a problem in a couple of years. Did you see him smoke a pack of cigarettes?
Did you see him pack that pack of Newports? Half of the cigarette was paper.
He one big pack and he just pulls it out and like rips off the tab. It's just little. You're like, are you smoking shorts? He's like, kind of, and it's just so concentrated.
Biggest, boldest hit of nicotine you ever had in your fucking
And he
life.
blows it out of his nose and then chugs a beer and honks a boob.
Eats another cigarette, honks a pair of East and West just to rub it in your face.
Yeah, just smacking them. Put these together, you stupid bitch.
Put these together, you fucking whore.
So this is your kid. You're like, it's me and my buddies.
It's me and my buddy. One of us
That's
peed.
the honking is not me.
Me.
The smoking is.
The
I like
smoking's
that
me,
one.
but I don't know what makes him do that.
I
That's gotta
quit.
be his father.
I watched him smoking. It made me never want to smoke
It
back
made me.
again.
It made me feel
The
physically
strongest
ill watching him
PSA
smoke.
I've ever seen. Speaking of pee, have you ever had a man come in your ass?
Speaking of pee, have you ever pissed because your buddy was coming in your ass so hard that you made a kid?
Be careful, you'll get this little son of a bitch. Kid
Careful.
beats the shit out of me
Beats
for
the
saying
shit out of
that.
every
Wow.
night. What the fuck did
Anyway.
you just say? Nothing, son. Oh God, he hurt me. He definitely hurt me.
Beat me. Anyway,
How
so
many
the
calories
whole-
are in the burger?
Well, before that, the whole thing about the chili dog is when you get it from.
You're
I've
just
gotten
not
them.
allowed.
I've gotten them from Dairy Queen, and it comes in like that little
The
box
cardboard
with
box.
the clear thing. Like I need to see it before I open it up. And then you bring it out, and I always say it looks like someone had the box with the bun and the dog in it, and then across the room someone had the chili, and they
just
threw it like
threw
a
it.
pitcher, and you kind of caught a bunch of the chili, and then you're like, here
Here
you
you
go.
go.
Good luck with
Chili
this.
dog.
And like, there's no, I have used fork and knife on that, and even that, it's still all
It's
over
still
your
everywhere
house.
because
like I'm
it's like-
downstairs and it's in my bed somehow. Like it's
You go
crazy.
and somehow there's more chili in your bed
Yeah,
than
you
what
just
could
pull
possibly
back.
have fit in the container, and you're like,
And the pitcher from Dairy Queen's like batter up, and he just throws
so
chili
they're just
all over
throwing
your
more
house.
chili in your house, and you're like, I
Am I
sometimes
paying extra?
thrash around on top of my girl in here. Why don't you get out?
Listen, when I pee from a man coming inside of me all over this chili, it's gonna be a mess that I don't know if we clean up. I think we burn the house down. So let's burn the house down. The burger has 7,500 calories.
Wow, I
No,
was
I'm
actually
kidding. I'm kidding.
underestimating.
I don't know. I don't think it's gonna tell me that
It'll
because
tell
it
you.
feels like that's a thing
Feels
like
dirty.
people don't want to hear, and it's like not on Wendy's website yet. I don't think. Might be the most delicious burger they've ever released. That's like a bold thing to say without trying it. Is this right? Is this out now? Or I almost went to Wendy's today. Instead, I went to a closed Happy Walk. That really pissed me off because I've done it 3 times before.
That sucks.
Why do you not open till 4 on Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, that's
you mean
weird.
the 2 most popular days of the week?
Right.
Where I'm have the whole day?
Where
and
people
instead of the
definitely like
days-
wake up and want to order lunch from somewhere, maybe?
Yeah, I wake up at 8 a.m. and I want to order Happy Walk.
You ever been
Because
such
my
a
life
fucking
is
monster?
a joke, and I was up until 4 a.m. for no reason. Yeah, Wendy's isn't gonna give us
The good stuff.
God, I wonder where the Frosties come from. What kind of fucking hot
You don't
bitch
wanna
that
fucking
comes
know.
out of. I like a good Frosty too. I like ice cream.
I like ice cream too.
I like burgers.
Do we want to go get? Are we just gonna go get food again?
No, I don't think I should. I had to settle for Culver's for lunch, which is fine, but not when you're anticipating Chinese food. That's the worst because like that's what I literally was yelling in the car, is if I was going somewhere anticipating a burger, and they were closed, and I had to settle for another burger. That's at least like here.
It's in the same
if I
playing
want
field.
fried rice, and now I'm like,
And
now
now
I
you
go
gotta
to
have a
Culver's.
burger.
Immediately, I have to turn around and go to Culver's just because they're next to each other, and then I'm like, I can't even think of what I want. Do you have fried rice?
They're like, no, you fucking idiot. You want some pot roast?
And every time I go to Culver's, there is a family of so many kids walking in. I don't know what it is. If it's like, I don't think it's even reasonable. Culver's is like a little pricier. But I don't know. There were 6 kids. The guy had to hold the door for so long. I was like, you have to regret at least the last
At a
2
certain
just for
point.
how long you have to hold the door. In public.
Just for that, if
This
not
is
if
taking
not how
so
much you're gonna
long.
have to put away for college for him.
Yeah. The Baconator is only at most 1,600 calories. So I can't believe that this
Burger's
thing is
5,000
3,000
calories.
more calories
It
than
has
the
to.
Baconator.
It's the beer cheese.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's 1,400 calories.
That's still
It's a lot, but that's like on the big end. I think that's like a triple.
Yeah.
870 to 1,500 approximately. Yeah, it's a lot. It's clear that everything on this menu
it's a lot of
is
food.
a lot.
No one's arguing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of calories, but literally everything on this is a lot of calories. Oh, this is also a combo. I don't know if that accounts for like the fries and the big fat Coke you're gonna have.
A
Or
big
when you
fat
order
cup of sugar.
when you order a strawberry lemonade and they say we don't have that, and you say strawberry lemonade or lemonade, and they say yes, and then you're just looking at a big sign that says lemonade's available now, and you're like, I feel like you're not. I don't want to harp on this, but I feel like maybe you misheard me, and we're both
feel like
gonna...
you can't understand the sign.
Yeah, because like I know that you have it because I get it every time. It's one of the best things. Your strawberry lemonade is great. I don't want to like make a big fuss, but I know that you have it. Now I'm just looking at pictures of burgers. This is crazy. Yeah, we're gonna have to go get burgers.
Yeah.
10 burgers.
Get 10 burgers and eat them.
No, I wish I was gonna go to Wendy's earlier before Happy Walk even came out. There's a lot of food talk.
Yeah, whole lot
Well,
of
we've
food.
broken down some mysteries, like where the treat
Comes from, and you got to stick your head inside the lady.
from.
No pun intended. No cum intended. No frozen treat intended.
I keep thinking of Willy Wonka for some reason. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
Oh, I think
because the
'cause the
Slurm
Slurm is-
episode was like a Willy Wonka episode.
Okay. I was trying to find that pictures of that scene where they go through the tunnel and it's like crazy in the original. The only good part of the movie. That in the end when he's like you get nothing. That I love to quote, and no one ever gets
Then
that
he shoots
reference.
the grandpa. Everybody forgets about that scene.
Yeah, and then traditionally they go up in the sky. They go peace, and they go up in the sky.
Peace out. I'm Boolin.
And now they're in space, and go. We said it on an episode.
Yeah, go
we
find
figured
the
it out.
episode.
Charlie
Real
in the
written.
class elevator.
Charlie
More
in
like
the
Charlie in
case
the
of getting
ass
his ass
elevator.
eaten.
We both
I
figured
think we,
it out.
we knew where we were going with it.
I just picture a glass elevator, and they're just mooning all the way up, and you're like, "What the fuck is that?" And someone's like, "Is that
Fuck are those-
Charlie Bucket and his not crippled grandpa's ass?"
cheeks?
Not only is he not bedridden, but he's mooning me in a space machine.
Oh my god, this man's
With
been
Charlie-
frauding the unemployment
Char-
office his whole life, and he can walk?
And he walks out to moon us. He blasts a full moon first thing. That's
What would you
bold.
do
If I saw it, or if I was
if you were
producing
grandpa?
the moon? Oh, I dick,
Dick?
old balls,
Old balls?
no dick, balls.
Ooh.
Because seeing balls without a dick is crazy.
It's
especially
terrifying.
when they're like, I wonder.
Terrifying to think that balls are attached to men.
Yeah, I mean,
How come not everyone should just be attracted to women, right? Like, I don't get how anybody can be attracted to men.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think you have the right to say that.
I think I do.
Oh, so I told you can't ever.
I've been told I can absolutely do this.
One of the things I'm curious about is you always hear about like old people having real long dangly balls.
Yeah.
And like a lot of life is like you get to the thing that you've heard about, and it's not all it's chalked up to be in
Right.
whatever way.
Yeah,
Like
because I've heard about
sex.
like ball sacks hanging down the knees before.
Oh yeah,
From like women that work in nursing homes and shit, and I'm like, that can't
which that
be right.
feels like legit.
That
you know what I
it
mean?
feels like it
'Cause
could
I
be
don't
legit,
trust
but it
men.
feels exaggerated.
Yeah, I don't trust an old man.
I was
they're,
gonna say
like,
I just don't
always
trust men
lying.
at all.
Yeah, but like an old man is always like
He's always lying a little.
full of shit because it's all you've got left. But like I'm curious to see like where my balls will be one day. I also wonder if I need a picture so I can remember my balls now. I think my balls are.
Do you like one of those things where like you take a self portrait every day for like 18
of
years?
just
but
my balls,
just your balls.
and they just like
That nice somber piano piece.
Then
and
they
then,
get real quickly, and you're like.
then they
"Is
go
this
back
just-"
up really quick, and then
Yeah.
they come back down farther
and then
than you could
one's
ever
just up
imagine.
inside of me.
Yeah, then they're all uneven, and you're like sobbing because you're like, oh, I remember this. I remember when my balls were uneven.
I was really stressed for
I was
that.
really stressed because
3-year
my
period.
nuts were uneven.
I keep thinking you're saying my nuts were running.
Like
Yeah,
eggs
one
or
ran
running
away,
away.
and one went back. One went
Running-
wee all the way home.
Running like eggs or running away.
Both. Well, one's like. I mean, it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
Testicles are like eggs, runny eggs, sunny side up,
Sunny side runnies.
sunny side runny eggs. But yeah, I'm worried. Or like you hear about balls in toilets,
That's what I'm
and
scared
you gotta
of.
like take them and
'Cause
throw
there-
them over one of your thighs.
Because there's sometimes where, like, as a big man, I sit on a public toilet and my balls touch the water.
Yeah, you've said this before, and I cannot fathom that.
It's scary.
And I've been told by people at times that I have large testicles.
And it's not like,
And I'm like,
And they're
do
not,
I?
like,
Or is
in the
penis
water.
so small? And
yeah,
they're like, it's both.
It's both.
It's both.
It's kind of like one of those illusions where it's like you got a blue boomerang and a red one. You're like, which one's bigger? But they're like the same size, you know?
Yeah.
Well, what makes the balls look weirder? The small dick or the big balls? And it's both.
I don't know why you had to. You don't look like that talking about my balls.
I can
please.
look however I want talking about.
Oh, you have to be like.
You gotta be cross-eyed looking at that set of nuts.
Listen, I got east-west testes.
East-west. Yeah, you know we're always talking about different boob sizes. Why not different?
Yeah,
why
this
not
is
different
what it
nut sizes? Bang, bang, bang.
Nut sizes? I don't know, because I feel like there's never that.
Nut shapes.
I feel like there's not that many.
There's
much.
usually-
Oh,
there's
can you
usually
stop
an-
yawning? Is
No.
this not entertaining?
I think
enough
I'm
for
not
you?
getting enough oxygen to my brain.
Take some breaths or something. Next episode, you have an oxygen tank.
Can you? I'm just waiting for the day I come down here with an oxygen tank. I'm like,
I'll shoot it.
all right, let's record. Let's do this.
I'm wearing a CPAP. You're wearing an oxygen tank.
And your CPAP is on for the entirety of the
I
recording.
gotta, I can't. I'll die.
A CPAP so loud that it explodes and deafens your children.
Yeah, www.patreon.com/dapperdads.
Gary the Parrot and the legacy of your exploding CPAP on your children.
Which I think we think that's one of the two best episodes. That one
Yeah.
and the other one are the two.
That
Oh,
one and the
two
one
good
about
ones.
hell, yeah.
Yeah. So go find those. You pay money or something. They're there. I don't know. We're kind of detached from the Patreon.
We're detached from everything.
we
if we're
update
gonna be
it,
100%
but
honest.
I never look at the Patreon.
No, why would you do that?
I just updated. I don't even remember what we talk about. I'm like, I think this one's entirely about Kid Rock. Send off into the
And
internet.
off into the ether it goes, and then we never listen to it again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't listen to any of this once I'm done with it, which is in itself a task and a chore.
Well, you get cursed if you listen to it twice. You can only listen to it once.
Yeah, front to back. If you listen to it twice, your life is bad.
It's like the
your
Ring.
life is inherently bad.
You walk in on somebody after they've listened to an episode twice back to back, and it's like,
yeah, you're like, you didn't
the
have
chair
to see
spins
her
around,
in the
and you're like,
closet.
no, you didn't have to see your mom in a coffin.
God damn it! Why do you do this constantly? I feel like
I just think it's amazing how much you just forget about it.
Because I try to.
No.
It's like it was actually like a pretty traumatizing thing at the time. Now
really,
nothing's traumatizing.
It's just funny to me.
Traumatizing. But out of all the things that you don't remember, and I'll be like, you remember last week when we were together doing this really like important thing, and you're like, no. I'm like, cool, but you'll never forget that time that girl saw her mom in the coffin.
Because it upset you so much.
Yeah, I like that. That's what really sticks to me. Okay, so when I need you to be on time, I'll start making a point that it really upsets me, the thought of you.
Oh, I know it upsets you when I'm late.
No, but like really traumatizes me. You're just always late. It doesn't even upset me anymore. I've just come to, which should make you feel the worst. Because I hate when that happens to me, when people are like, yeah, you're so bad at this thing that I just expect it now. And you're like, oh.
No, it just means people are finally living the way I want them to live. So thank you.
Being late is the most inconsiderate thing anyone can do. Like, I've gotten over it with you and other people in my life, but I always want them to know, like, it's because you simply don't do it. You know what I mean?
You
That's
simply
the thing.
don't.
You leave earlier. I can see everyone has their days. This is just going to be a rant about lateness because it drives me crazy.
All right, yeah, let's
now
just
I'm
go and
tense
get
in the
it out.
back. I think it's all the when I'm like, it's fine. It just get like a little bit more cramped up, and I'm like, that's
For
fine.
your neck just sinks
Yeah,
into
I
your
come
shoulders
home
one
and,
day.
it fucking really hurts.
Wow, yeah, that sucks.
Wings come out of my back. Not an angel. Not
Bug.
devil.
Bug.
Yeah,
Big
little
bug.
tiny-
Little tiny fairy.
I'm like, I
wings.
can't make them stop. I just shoot through the ceiling.
It's sucked away by the little wings. How'd drama die? I couldn't even tell you, and I was there.
Yeah, you're like, I don't care. Like recently when you were like, I won't jump off a bridge because I have to watch how you die. And then you're like, I won't really watch or remember. I'll just know that it happened.
Yeah.
Like you would in any other way.
Yeah.
Especially if you died with
And they're gonna be like, people are gonna be like, "What happened? Weren't you there?" And I'm gonna be like, "I didn't ask questions. He just
I got a
jumped."
text. I was
got a
refreshing
text.
Twitter.
I
I was
showed him.
refreshing Twitter, which implies that I had already looked.
I
through
was
Twitter
going through my
heavily.
bookmarks. I was going through my drafts, trying to find a good one to post, and then he was in the water. I don't know.
I was closing all my
I
open.
heard he jumped.
I was closing all my open tabs on my browser. You know, I finally did that.
I'm
where
at
you're
so
like,
many on Google Chrome, it just makes a smiley face.
Oh,
where the
that means
number should be.
100. Yeah,
That's
I hate
over
that.
100.
Yeah, but that's where it starts. I try to keep it under 100 because that makes me feel
try.
bad when
Yeah.
that face pops up. You're like 100. There's no way.
But then I'm like, I have so many recipes I want to write down, and then I look through them, and then I'm like, why do I have all these pornos open like
and
this?
the
I'm not going to go back to
worst
all
thing,
of these.
yeah, see, I don't do that. The worst thing is like when your phone restarts or something, or you like update, and it no longer shows you the thumbnail. It's just
Oh,
gray,
yeah.
and you can only kind of see part of it, and you're like, what does that even mean?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like the book of, and you're like, the book of what? I don't even read books. What was I looking up? And then you're like, but I'm also not going to tap on it right now because I'm super busy.
Who knows what
I'm
it
gonna
could
go
be?
back to
But I
Twitter.
can't just get rid of it because God knows I need it.
Or yeah, you open it and you're like, I genuinely don't know why I was looking this up.
Book
and why I
of-
was like, I need to save
Book
this.
of Big Fat Dinglings and how to make yours look just like this. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're
Like,
like,
save
yeah,
it.
and that's the thing you do. You're like, oh fuck, yeah, I should keep this one open. All right, let me see what else they can close in here, and then you just go through all of them and close 3, and you're like, that's better.
Sick.
And now for sure. Tomorrow, Sunday, got a long day, nothing to do. I'll pull these up on my computer, do whatever I need, and then forever. And like I go back and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I opened this 3 years ago. Like I think that first tab is just gears
3 years
running,
old.
where you're like, or like for me, Safari, because things open in
Mhm.
it. I hate Safari, so when I go on there accidentally, and then I'm like, let me see
It's
what's on
just
here, and
full
then
of
you're like
bullshit.
looking through the back, and you're like, Jesus Christ, when did this? I like the first one's like how to start your iPhone. You're like, oh yeah, this is from when I got an iPhone.
It's from
7
2006.
years ago or whatever. Yeah, it's
Sick iCloud. Thanks for remembering all of my stuff, but then being
like,
so easily
oh.
fraudable.
Yeah, here is all the updates from Apple saying it is actually a big deal. I go on my
And someone
iCloud
is
and
going to
it's
be
like-
calling you.
I don't have anything in my phone. I have. It's not like big things. No dick pics.
Sure, you got that picture of me with the milk somewhere.
I have that backed up. Maybe I have like you know what I mean.
You have
I
a hard
a-
drive simply dedicated
Yeah, I
to
was gonna
just
say I
that.
have a hard drive. It sits on a small velvet pillow with a glass case that I have a lock and key that I wear around my neck at all times. That's the only one. And I'm like, yeah, and that's behind a curtain. You come to my house and
That's
like,
behind.
oh, just
That's behind a
you
curtain.
know.
That's in a wall inside of a safe behind a
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah.
with eyes that you can see through.
Yeah, me.
You spy
I
on
run
people.
I run
yeah.
around the other side. I'm like, I
But
gotta
we
go to
definitely hear you like in the wall, like falling down and shit. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
I
was
can
gonna-
see your
I was
eyes in the
gonna
painting,
say,
you idiot.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And then you hear me just clearly walk around, and it's me like, oh fuck.
You're not like smart enough to take your hat off either, so like your bill rips through the painting, but your eyes are still there.
And it goes from just like black to just my very like noticeable eyes. What most people say is my best feature.
I'm like, did that painting have
no
Drama's pretty eyes before?
Nothing.
I mean, wait, what is that?
Ooh,
Oh, I
right?
think, guys, I think the painting's haunted.
I'm also hard as
Yeah, there's also
and there's
that
just
sticking
not
through.
Yeah, there's just not anything.
But you're
there.
clearly like rubbing on it a little
Yeah.
bit, just like rubbing your fucking hard on.
and just
on
like
the
looking
painting.
down at him, looking at you, looking down, and looking at you.
Like I'm supposed to do something,
it's
but
not gonna suck itself.
I just flick it through the painting
You always flick me.
because you
I'm
just
also eating
because you
chili
just
dogs.
shove it in
I'm
my
like-
face. You never
Okay.
ask for consent. You're always just shoving it in my
okay,
face.
wow. So now I'm a predator.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you're a predator, but you're very pushy when you want it.
Uh,
You're not good at asking me. I
We're
don't
in
know
a
about anyone
relationship,
else.
so it's okay.
Okay, wow, bold stance.
I mean, it's the end of the episode. No one listens to this.
It's
part.
true. No one does
Turn
get
it
to
off
the end
right
of the
before
episode.
the end,
They
where
do
I say
turn
all
it
the
off,
worst things.
where we say all the bad things. You think Drama doesn't say bad things? You've never listened to the full episodes.
Yeah, I save it till the end, and I gotta like purge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta barf up this bullshit. Right, like, oh, you don't need consent if you're in a relationship with them.
Holy
Put your
shit.
dick in whatever you want.
There it is. I wish you didn't say any of that.